adult development theory gave me a very different perspective on what confidence is, and where it comes from. And specifically, there's this transition that we have the potential to go through. And to use Bob Kegan's language, there's the stage of socialized and the transition into the stage of self-authored. And the self-authored stage, I learned, has within it this difference from the socialized stage, whereby we stop making sense of ourselves primarily through what others tell us about ourselves. In the socialized form of mind, when we're in this stage, we're very attuned to what do external others feedback about us. Like, have others said I've done a good job? Did others like that I was this way? Did they, and we use that to determine how do I want to be, like, who am I, and am I doing things right or wrong, good or bad? So it's that external voices are really strongly influencing how we feel about ourselves. When we transition into the self-authored space, we develop this greater capacity for our internal voice to be the mediating factor. So we can still hear those external voices, but they don't necessarily influence how we think about or see ourselves in the same way. So for example, from a self-authored place, I could stand up and give a presentation, and even if I got some feedback from the audience that said, that didn't land for me, that was a bit weird, I didn't get what you were saying, there's still the potential for me not to go into, oh my gosh, I gave a bad presentation, I'm not a good presenter, things like that, to be able to feel, you know what? There may be some things I could work on next time, but I actually, within myself, I still feel like, I'm a pretty good presenter. Overall, like, there were these other things that maybe this individual didn't feed back to me that I'm pretty pleased with. And so it's not changing my sense of self. I'm still feeling confident within myself. That was one of the things that really grabbed me, because on my journey I was working on and listening to different experts about how can you work on developing confidence, enhancing your confidence. And adult development added a whole new lens for what I could potentially be focusing on and trying to shift, and that was really honing in on my internal voice. It's like, okay, I hear what those external voices are saying. What do I say? What do I say? What do I think about this? Regardless of what they might say, what do I think? And that practice over time develops that self-authorship capacity, and has supported me in feeling much more confident in whatever I do, to be able to trust I know who I am, and I know what my values are, and I let that guide me.